That's you. That's you scrolling on TikTok. That's how dumb you become looking at Instagram all day.
Yeah, but then why was I able to predict that all of you were vaccinated and all of you vote just by looking at you? Because you're overweight and you're in this fucking Discord.
Focus on yourself, Kings. Don't waste your attention. Don't waste your energy on them.
Papa Gut, your name is about how fat you are. Bro. So don't talk about health when you name yourself about how fat you are.
Stay away from them. They're demons. They suck your energy dry. They don't care about you. They want your money. They want your funny.
If you've been keeping up with the internet recently, you will have definitely heard of who Andrew Tate and Sneako is. These two have been absolutely blowing up on all platforms this past summer for their hot takes on different women nowadays. Like how all women are delusional, or how all women can't drive, how all women are the same, making fun of the feminisms, politics and masculinity, etc. And this is mainly why these two have been absolutely blowing up on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and even Instagram. And Tate and Sneako are often looked up as the last saviors in this new day and age, because I'm sure as we all know, this generation doesn't get any more softer than it already is. However, we're not going to be talking about Andrew Tate, as we're mostly going to be focusing our attention on Sneako throughout this video. Sneako, as mainly just said, he calls out and clowns on the goofy and delusional women who think they're all that when they're really not. And Sneako has been doing this longer than Andrew Tate has, as Sneako has been doing this and saying the same stuff since about 2015. And people often praise Sneako for doing this and exposing this new generation for how soft and dumb they are, which isn't a problem. And in fact, I do agree with some of Sneako's points and takes. However, the problem with Sneako is the character that he mainly plays. You see, Sneako plays this really high aggressive energy character that always shit talks women, and I know Sneako's doing this to be way more realistic and more real, but Sneako mainly just shit talks everyone else. Sneako comes off extremely disrespectful a lot of the times and usually all the time. Sneako is one of the people that never wants to be wrong, as he always wants to be right even if what he's saying is straight up nonsense. And all of Sneako's videos are always him yelling and saying whatever about women, and this has obviously caused people across the internet to criticize Sneako for. And Sneako has just set this really weird stage for young men to follow this weird path that all women are the same and all women are just sluts and hoes, which is obviously a bad thing to preach to your audience, especially when you're a size like Sneako where the whole internet knows you. Throughout this video, we're going to be going through different events of how Sneako has just been straight up problematic and just speaking nonsense. So if you're new, you know the drill. Subscribe, drop a like, and let's get into the video. For those of you who don't know who Papa Gut is a commentary channel that reacts to different creators on the internet. Before all of this, Papa Gut had made a couple of videos reacting to Sneako, giving his honest opinions on him. Then on July 25th, 2022, Papa Gut would post an hour-long debate called Sneako Runs For Me Twice, where in the video, Papa Gut, Gideon, and Sneako would have this long debate about various things. They would debate about all women being the same, and all women being hoes and shit. And this is what Sneako was strongly trying to talk about, and obviously Papa Gut and Gideon would all disagree with him. And if you go and actually watch this debate on Papa Gut's channel, literally not even 5 minutes into the debate, Sneako gets really defensive, aggressive, and starts yelling. The problem in this debate is how Sneako acted. For starters, throughout this whole debate, Sneako has a really hard time letting people talk, and Sneako will always interrupt them and try to talk over them while they're talking mid-conversation, and Sneako will just start talking loud and shit. Papa Gut and Gideon would mention this in the video.
You got mad at a girl for like talking over one of the guys that was trying to make a point and stuff like that.
Let me reset my
cap. Like, I'm not gonna cap, like, you kind of are doing the same thing right now.
Yeah, but that was a conversation, GDM, before Papa Got it on. Don't play that. You were doing it the whole time too. You were screaming at me, calling me a bot. That's what we do in conversation.
No, you know why I called you a bot. You know you're not actually a bot. You know why? Like, you slipped up a little bit. You know, I caught you in 4K for a second. So I was just joshing with you and I was just teasing you a little bit. But now Papa Gut's actually trying to make like a statement and say something. You're not letting him do it.
I know, but I already know what he's going to say. It's predictable. He's going to talk about my life is really special.
Which is something that you don't really want to do. You need to let people talk, especially when you're talking about something pretty controversial like this. Another problem, like I said, is Sneako always tries to openly say that all women are the same, and how they're all sluts and just want their money from their mans, which isn't true.
Do you think that maybe it's just the girls you're associating with that believe this?
It's all of them. It's all of them.
How old are the girls you're dating?
20s, 30s, fucking every single girl.
You're dating 30-year-olds?
Kim Kardashian, Papa Gut. Every single girl.
So why don't you date? I'm saying every single girl you've met is gender fluid, wants abortions.
Every single girl has she, her in her bio. Every single girl.
But why are you dating those girls?
girl believes
Wait,
in climate
where did
change.
you? Wait, no.
Every single girl makes no fucking sense.
I don't know, man. Are you trying to date
They're
or are you
not
trying to
people,
fuck?
They're just brainwashed.
All women aren't the same. Not every girl in the world is a gold digger. That's just like saying every video game is the same. And in the debate, when Sneako said how they're all the same, Papaga would go on to say maybe it's because all women respect him. Sneako would just go on to mock Papaga in a really weird way.
Maybe I don't realize it because I'm actually a high value male. Women respect me.
Are you saying I'm not a high value? Look at you trying to emasculate me. This is what I'm
all right, relax.
Maybe
Listen. I'm sorry.
Stuffed animals in the back of my room.
But as you can see, Sneako wants everyone to agree with him, even if it's something as outlandish as saying that all women are the same. If you say something like that, then no shit, people are gonna disagree with you. That's the point of a debate. If you look at someone like Andrew Tate or Hassan, despite I don't really like Hassan, those two can debate with each other without yelling at the top of their lungs and mocking each other, and it's being absolutely obnoxious. Because the point of a debate is to debate with someone in a respectful and a responsible way. Another problem with Sneako throughout this debate is that he does not listen to anyone talking. What I mean by that is when Sneako presents a fact, and then someone else tries to talk, Sneako won't listen to a word they're saying, and then after they say something, then he says something, and it will be the most irrelevant thing that they're talking about in the conversation. Or he'll just talk over that person by yelling and being absolutely annoying, which isn't a proper debate. What also really annoyed me was towards the end of this debate, Sneako literally told Papaga to shut the hell up because he keeps talking.
Papaga, shut the fuck up for 5 seconds, bro. You've been going non-stop for 10 minutes
That's
straight.
the only thing that you've been doing is over talking the fuck out of people.
When bro, your friend and you literally keep interrupting people and just yelling and screaming for no reason, and thinking that's gonna make your point seem more valid. Another thing that I just found weak on Sneako's end is how he ran away from the conversation. In the first half of the debate, Sneako and his friend were debating about something about the government and China or something, and as Papaga was basically winning this debate and was trying to speak, Sneako and his friend kept interrupting him and not letting Papaga speak. Then when Papaga was trying to speak, Gideon had to then leave the debate to go do something else. And what do you know, Sneako and his buddy then also left the debate as well for no reason.
And you guys are very sensitive when somebody tries to speak up. So
I don't know if I leave if it will fuck it up or nothing, but
well, let me just make
I'm gonna go watch some W Riz from the Simon Tinder video. So you guys have a great debate. It was great talking to you.
Yo, you put me in this, and I was about to leave. Gideon, I'm gonna be here watching your China debate, bro. I want to go watch the Simon shit too.
Well, I can just make this last point, and then we can move on.
You be safe.
All right, you too, brother.
I'm gonna fuck with y'all boys, man. Y'all be safe.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Fucking ran from the conversation.
Then in the second half of the debate, Sneako and them were debating about something, and then Sneako just ran away from the conversation again.
I think that being a high value man means not like
bro.
I think that being a high value man means not caring about.
Wait, Sneako, 1 second. Wait.
Why do you care so much about men's appearances?
No,
okay,
Sneako.
Listen. You know what, Sneako?
I just wanted to say thank you for the chat, Sneako. Listen,
Sneako's great.
Listen, I like talking to Sneako. I like talking to Sneako.
No,
he's fucking insane.
Great.
It just comes across as very weak, and it just comes across as you're not winning the debate, and like we already said, Sneako never wants to admit that he's wrong, so the only logical thing he can do is just leave it and no questions asked. If you're gonna be a part of a debate, you need to act more professional. You can't just be mocking people, being disrespectful to everyone in the conversation, and then when you're not winning, you just leave. Because that just comes across as very weak and sensitive, because you can't let someone else talk when they're right and then you start screaming, yelling, and making fun of them. Because yelling and screaming is not gonna do anything for you. But obviously we have more stuff to go over in this video, so anyway, let's move on. Now what I find fucking hilarious is throughout Sneako's channel, he reacts to different girls who get asked, are you a 10 or are you perfect? And most of them say, I'm a 10.
You're a 10 admitting there's no room for improvement?
No, not at all.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
You're right.
Yes. We were perfect. We just said
we
were
were
10s.
Which basically saying that they're all perfect and there's not any room for improvement. And Sneako just makes fun of these different girls who call themselves a 10 because there's always room for improvement. Now whatever you think about it, some of these girls that Sneako reacts to just have really high self-confidence. And that's not really a problem.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself?
10. I'm a 10.
You're a 10.
Told you. They all think that.
But Sneako doesn't like these girls who call themselves a 10, even though that there's a clip of Sneako saying this.
The reason that I have the confidence I have more than a lot of people, I'm privileged. I'm tall. I'm 6'2". I'm handsome as hell, bro. I'm sexy. I'm sexy as fuck. Word? You kidding me? I'm lucky. If I wasn't this sexy, I wasn't this tall, you think I would have this much confidence yelling at you? No, I would fold under the pressure. Someone would call me ugly, but nobody could call me ugly and like get under my ego because my self-esteem is mad high because I'm tall as shit and sexy.
Now I'm not gonna sit up here and defend some of these girls that he roasts, because some of these women that Sneako clowns on deserve it and is actually pretty funny. But some of these girls that don't come across as egotistical, that just hype themselves up, have very high self-confidence. But it's a problem for Sneako, yet he does the exact same thing. He says he has high self-esteem, but so does these girls that he makes fun of for having high self-esteem. It just comes off as being a hypocrite. Yeah, I can call you an ugly fat piece of shit and you wouldn't care, and that's good. Everyone shouldn't give a fuck about what people think of them, and that's literally just how some of these women are that Sneako reacts to. But Sneako finds that as a problem. Now, like I keep saying, I do agree with some of Sneako's points. For example, when he reacted to 3 girls who call themselves 10s, and Sneako said how you should always focus on yourself and not the girls all the time.
We should we're 10s.
Focus on yourself, Kings. Don't waste your attention, don't waste your energy on them. They're not better than what they look like.
Or when he reacts to those toxic women who think that they're all that when they're really not, and just shit talks men all the time. But all in all, having high self-esteem and being confident and walking around thinking that you're good looking is not a problem, as long as you don't be being rude to people and thinking that you're on top of everyone, because that's just being egotistical. Anyways, let's move on. On July 15th of 2022, Sneako posted a video called Sneako vs Curtis Connor, where Sneako rants about how Curtis Connor is pandering women. Now for those of you that don't know what pandering is, this is the definition of pandering women. At the start of the video, Sneako claims that Curtis Connor is just like everyone else in this generation that says all the nice things for validation, which isn't a bad thing to criticize someone for, but there are some issues throughout this video. Throughout Curtis Connor's videos, his fan base is a majority females, and you can tell by this by his comments. And Sneako goes on to say how this is a huge red flag.
If you're a dude and you have a 92% female audience, all these in here, look how many in the comments, then there's a red flag. That's a red flag for me. If you're a dude with an all-female audience, you're a panderer.
When that's pretty irrelevant to pandering. What does having a female audience have to do with anything? Another thing that I find weird is he calls Curtis out in his video, because in Curtis Connor's videos, he reacts to a tweet from a girl that says, "I got a new skirt." And Sneako goes on to say this.
A girl posted,
Watch.
She says, "I got a new skirt," and there's her new skirt. And then
Look at him pretend like he doesn't know what this tweet is.
there's a picture, a girl posted, she says, "I got a new skirt."
I got a new skirt. This is Photoshopped to fucking shit. Her waist doesn't look like that. And this bitch is like, bro, I got a new skirt. Just show off your body. Just post an ass pic. But don't justify, I got a new skirt. It's like when bitches start like stick their whole ass and titties out. But it's my nails. Look at my new nails that's covering over my Photoshopped ass. Curtis Connor, you know what the fuck she's doing.
Now I get what Sneako means, and I'm pretty sure we all do. But Sneako, not every girl on the internet needs to post an ass pic. Plus he says the girl photoshopped her picture. While it could be true, and most girls nowadays photoshop the pictures, but Sneako, there are girls that are that skinny, and it could most likely be due to the camera angle of the picture. And in the video, Sneako makes fun of Curtis Connor's content because the humor is the same type that girls have. However, what I find funny is that's probably why Curtis Connor has more females than male audience, and that's probably why more females like Curtis Connor more, because he relates to females way more. Anytime someone makes a video that revolves around females and stuff, and do with criticizing men, Sneako often lashes out on that person and finds it a problem all the time. Sneako also goes on to react to Curtis Connor's first ever stand-up comedy, which if you don't already know, stand-up comedy takes a lot of balls to do and is very, very nerve-wracking to do and hard to do. And throughout the video, Sneako just makes fun and roasts Curtis Connor and his jokes. Literally, the fact that some comedy doesn't make you laugh, it makes you scream and have a meltdown is kinda weird to me. And Sneako's biggest point was making fun of Curtis Connor for having more female audience.
You hear all the giggle? You hear the giggle? You have only teenage girls at the show. This is a concert. It's not stand-up.
Like, it literally begs the question, does Sneako actually hate women or something? Because literally every single clip I find of Sneako is him just making fun of women, saying how all women are sluts and hoes and just want money from their mans. I also find it funny how Sneako uses all this energy on different people on the internet, people that don't even know you exist. I just find that quite strange. But anyways, let's move on to the final part of the video.
There's only one Zan left, 2 rounds don't make a right, so I pop in and do its best. Losing faith and losing concentration.
So we went through a few events of how Sneako is just being a problem, but I'm not gonna give my own personal opinion on him. Now I didn't say this, but I don't hate Sneako. I just hate the character that he plays, because I guarantee you Sneako doesn't act like this in real life. I find it quite stupid to play this high energy aggressive character, make it seem like every single girl is a piece of shit, make fun of people, mock them, act really childish and talk over people for no reason, and wonder why people still disagree with you. Instead of using all this energy on the internet from random girls, how about you use this energy to go to the gym, or better yourself, or go get a girlfriend or something. And people will argue that Sneako is just being real and people are sensitive nowadays, which is true to an extent. If you act like how Sneako is, loud, talking over people, acting really hypocritical and childish, running away from arguments, it's not just being soft, it's literally just criticizing someone. And going back to the whole self-confidence thing, there's no problem with people thinking that they're good looking. I know it may seem a bit cringe, but there's no problem thinking that you're a 10 or even perfect. That's just how you feel about yourself. And even people like Sneako hype themselves up, which isn't a problem. But then if you go out and make fun of people who generally just think that they're good looking, not even being toxic, just genuine girls who call themselves 10s because they just think that they're good looking, and that's not a problem, that's just having really high self-esteem. For some reason, when a woman calls themselves a 10, it's a problem, but when a guy calls themselves a 10, people often admire them or something. I also don't get why Sneako makes fun of random girls because they want to be an Instagram influencer or something.
Yeah, just and look, and they're all obsessed with Instagram, Papa Gut.
That's everybody though.
Every girl wants to be an Instagram influencer. Gian, am I wrong or right? Every single one.
When literally every guy wants to be a YouTuber or a streamer, and that's not a problem, because I wanted to be a commentary YouTuber. And Sneako would try to back this up by saying being a streamer adds value, and being an Instagram influencer adds nothing.
Every guy wants to be a fucking streamer. Every guy wants to be like a streamer playing like whatever bullshit. Like that's how the world is now.
This adds value to the world. Streaming adds value. It entertains people. It spreads truth. Being an Instagram thought does nothing but
What are you talking about? Wait.
Being an Instagram thought is no value.
Now I agree with the being a thought on Instagram adds no value, because it's just random girls on Instagram shaking their ass. But literally, being an Instagram influencer does add value, because it could possibly make people more confident about themselves, and it could really help people in many different ways. And anytime people criticize Sneako for how he is, he will always just say how he's trying to expose his new generation for how soft they are and how women nowadays are feminisms. When you are doing some of that, well, when really you're just being really disrespectful and just embarrassing yourself.
The two of them constantly engaged in this like really like childish, constantly talking over people instead of trying to actually listen what was to the conversation.
But like I already said, I do agree with some of Sneako's takes, and I do think that he has exposed some of the garbage in this generation. Like I said, I don't hate Sneako. He's probably a good guy in person when he's not playing this high energy aggressive character. But this is pretty much the stuff I mainly wanted to talk about. I could have talked about more stuff, but I honestly don't think people really care what I had to say. And I don't want to keep repeating the same stuff. But if you guys enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing, drop a like if you want to. Go follow my Twitch at JensLumpkinYT, best minute for ahead time for upload my videos. And thanks so much for 500 subscribers. We recently just hit that, which is absolutely crazy. We literally hit like 400 subscribers like 3 days ago. So thanks for your support recently. And also go join the Discord. The link to that will be down in the description below. But thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.